What's up, everybody? I am back live. Had to arrange a lot of stuff and have the computer in my Bucs room now. So hopefully everyone can hear me good. This is gonna be a short live because I have to go. I have to leave at 5. So hope everyone's having a good day. Wanted to talk about you know the franchise tag window is open now, and just waiting to see some news on if the Bucs are gonna you know put the franchise tag on Chris Godwin, which is all the reports and rumors are that most likely they're going to use the tag on Chris Godwin, and then they're going to try to re-sign long-term Shaq Barrett, which is understandable because after this year, we'll have a lot more money freed up because most likely Brady will be gone after this year, and Gronkowski. Um, if they do re-sign Gronk back, but so Brady would, after this year, we'll have 25 million freed up, from Tom Brady's contract to make, long-term contracts for our, guys that we're trying to sign for one-year deal right now, like Shaq and Chris Godwin, unless they retag Shaq again and re-sign Godwin long term. But those are my two key signings there. We have to have those two guys because you just don't pass rushers like Shaq Barrett just don't grow on trees. You can't just plug anyone in there and gonna get you 10 sacks like he does, and not just get sacked, but he wreaks you know he he wreaks havoc in the backfield. You know, he didn't get many sacks in the Super Bowl, but he had Mahomes running around like crazy. And if you guys haven't noticed, I got my Lombardi trophy in today. So what's your guys' biggest moves for the Buccaneers or your teams? I have some people that follow me that, are fans from other teams, but for me, like I said, it's Chris Godwin, Shaq Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh. He wants to come back. Most likely he will come back and be a lot cheaper than $10 million. He may take 7. You never know. He may take 5. To come back, try to win another Super Bowl. I think Gronk would be. I think he'll come back on a less contract. Then you already seen Mike Evans, a couple weeks ago say that he's willing to take less money to use some of his, money to re-sign and keep the guys, together. Because right now we have, we keep the majority of our guys, with Brady. We have a chance to repeat. That would be crazy if that happens. Even the salary cap went up more, so there's more flexibility too now because we have more cap room. Before that happened, we were at $24 million under the cap, so we had $24 million to spend. So now I think we went from that to around 29, $30 million now when they moved that up. Oh shit! Hold on. There, that's better. Well, no, not really. Shit. I forgot to turn that on. What's up, Joshua, Logan? How you been? What's going on, everybody? Trying to get more people in here. Doing good. Just waiting to see what's going to happen now. Since we have the franchise tag windows open, we can tag Shaq Barrett or Chris Godwin again. Just anxious to see what's going to go. Hopefully we can keep both of those guys. I just hate to see us lose anybody. Like if we can keep the majority of our guys, I think we have a good chance to repeat. At least make another playoff run. So Logan, what do you think what's your big key moves for the Bucs this season, this off season? Like who do you feel that we can still win without? Like, do you think we'll just let Godwin go and then expect Tyler Johnson to step in his role, and then Scotty Miller's going to step in Antonio Brown's role? What's up, Yeti? Do you think they should let Godwin go? I think they're going to try to. I think Chris Godwin maybe, if they tag Chris Godwin, that's cheaper. That's a cheaper way to tag, because if you tag Shaq Barrett, that's going to be around $19 million for 1 year. And Chris Godwin is going to be, if he's tagged, it's going to be a lot less, because I think the average pay for top wide receivers is around $12 or $13 million. So that's going to be a lot less. So if they tag Godwin and then try to, re-sign Shaq long term, that would be the better idea. and they're expecting to, from reports on Twitter that the Bucs are gonna tag Chris Godwin. Let's see. So I was right. If if they franchised wide receiver, it's $16 million. And if it's a defensive end franchise tag is $17 million. And Shaq Barrett's listed as a defensive end, not a linebacker. Linebackers, $15 million. Ryan Suckup, he should be the kicker. They should sign him long term. I don't think, that's going to be a lot of money to re-sign him. See, the average is $4 million for kickers. For special, or it just says special teams, $4 million. Like I said, I think it'll be the wiser move to franchise tag Chris Godwin and then re-sign Shaq Barrett long term. It's a lot cheaper to do it that way by almost $4 million difference. And plus, if you sign someone long term, you can spread the money out more, where they can get paid less now, but in 2 years they'll get paid more whenever we have more cap room to work with. Because, like I said, Brady, they'll be gone. Yeah, Rick. See, that's what I'm saying. Ryan Suckup, it wouldn't take, he's going to be cheap to re-sign him. And that's a big part. We need him. He was clutch. I know he had, I think he missed maybe 4 field goals all year, and 2 of them was blocked. So that's not even really his fault. And I feel like, Jason Light, I think, he's smart. I think he'll find a way to bring back the majority of our team. We may not have, some of the backups like, Kevin Minter. I don't think he'll be back. Maybe Antonio Brown might not even be back. But we can win without Antonio Brown because we won without him. Was it the Packers game? Yeah, he didn't play the Packers game. And we won, and that's a huge win on the road in this freezing cold without him. Scotty Miller, he shined the times that he's been in there. He's lights out. So imagine him with a full-time role with the Buccaneers offense, and now this will be his 3rd year, so he's more familiar with the same, offensive scheme, and didn't we're going to have off season and preseason stuff this year, so that's going to help these guys even more. See, and Dominican Sui, he has money, so he's not worried about money right now. At his point of his career, he's worried about um, rings. He knows he just got his first ring. He knows that we have a good team that we can do it again. So if Sue sees guys are going to want to take less money to keep the team together and then go, try to get another one of these. And Dominican Sue, he's a big factor to that defensive line. Him and Vita Vea together, and plus, ever since Sue's been with the Bucs, he's been really disciplined. You never heard of him. I don't think he has any personal foul where he's stomping or any dirty play. He's just a dog in the middle of that line. So he's been playing good football. I know he's probably got a personal foul where everyone does it, where they graze against the quarterback's helmet or face mask and they throw a penalty, but not stomping on people and doing all that stuff. So ever since he's been here, he's been a very good player with us. And that helps. Him and Vita Vea in the middle, and Goldston on the other side. That just helps Shaq and JPP just dominate, which they did in the playoffs. Just so any day they could franchise tag somebody, one of these guys. But I think the cheaper way to save cap room is to franchise Godwin and then re-sign Shaq Barrett long term. That's that's my way of thinking it. So Braden Travis. And how much will Mike Evans, you know, willing to give up on his money too. He done said you know, he's willing to take pay cut to keep his guys here. And that's one thing about Mike Evans. He's a pro. He's not a selfish guy. Shoot, he had one catch in the Super Bowl. He was happy. We won the Super Bowl. He wasn't, you know, crying about, oh, I only have one catch. Oh, come on, throw me the ball. I'm glad he's not like Keyshawn Johnson, Deshaun Jackson, you know, Des Bryant, all these other guys. I hope that's true. I haven't, you know, been keeping up with Twitter, but just on Facebook stuff that other people's posted, I've seen where, they're trying to make it to where they would restructure their deals to make it signing bonuses so they get the money up front and it takes away from the cap room to save up all the cap. Yeah. So instead of Brady making $25 million, they'll cut that down into a signing bonus and pay him money up front instead of an actual salary. Hey, and I don't care what people think. Donovan Smith balled out in the playoffs. Just think about his season from the beginning. No off season, no workouts. He wasn't gonna play. He was like I said, he had a baby. So he was gonna hold out and not play at all. And then he decided to play, and he played out. There's some games he struggled, but towards the end of the season, he played very well. So if Brady signs an extension, so that means he'll be here for 4 years. So he'll go from $25 million to 15. So that would save $10 million there for 2 years. Damn. So if he's a 2-year extension, that means he wants to play till he's 46. I don't know about that. I like what he's done with our team, and but 46 years old. I mean, that'd be nice though. We don't have to worry about a quarterback for 2 more years or 3 more years. Hell yeah! I have a Donovan Smith signed 8x10 over there, and I put it on my wall there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. That right here, where that was a couple of years ago though, when he against the Falcons, where he put Schofield on his ass. Oh, okay, yeah. So I wonder what happens when, say, they put, like you said, they put the money in the back end of a contract. I wonder if that, and then he retires, after next year, it's voided, or does they just pay him the rest of it, or is it like the dead money? I'm not sure about how stuff is when when players retire and they're still owed money from a contract. Yeah, I see what you're saying now, Rick. Where they'll restructure it 2 more years, but they'll put the money towards the end of the deal instead of right now, and it frees up more cap room. Okay. So you don't have to squat down really low, but I want you to put your feet a little wider than your shoulders and just bend your knees a little bit. So you feel in a good seated position. Now when you go after starting, as low as you go, stand back up. And so just a smooth, controlled movement. So just 3 times up and down. Yeah, I see what you mean now. Shit, that would help. I know these guys, they want to try to win another one. It'd be crazy if we can be able to re-sign everybody. But we'll see. The window's open now for franchise tag. So if we can keep the same team we have now and then just add pieces, in the NFL draft, because I think they're just going to worry about trying to re-sign our players, not try to go out and get key, other like key free agents that's from other teams. I think they're going to try to keep the same, team, and then just get the best available in the draft and depth. We got 32nd pick, so at that position, you just draft the best available. I'm sure Devontae David, he's gonna. I'm sure he won't sign for a lot of money either. Because why would he want to? Why would he want to? Move. He lives here. He's been here for 9 years. Yeah, I was actually I looked it up, Rick. It said the average franchise tag for wide receivers for 2021 is 16 to 17 million dollars. Unless they can work out cheaper deals with these guys instead of a franchise tag, or just tag him so he's not available, and then work a long-term deal. Welcome back, Joshua. Well, when I seen it, we had $24 million. We were under the cap, for the good. But then the NFL raised the salary cap to $185 million, so that gave us $5 million more. So I thought it was around 30 million. Now Rick would probably know too. Is that $5 million added? See, that's the only thing though with Godwin. He's just not. He's just not a receiver. He's a big. He makes good blocks as a blocking wide receiver. That's what he is. Chris Godwin, if you notice, he does a lot of motions, and then he'll line up behind the tackle and block for our run game. See, Allen Robinson, I'm not sure if he's a good, blocker as a wide receiver. Yeah, but Odell Beckham, he's coming off a torn ACL. Usually wide receivers ain't the same after ACL. And Odell Beckham, he's not a blocker. Yeah, see, I knew we had more, around 30 million more, I just wasn't sure exactly. Yeah, Gronk ain't gonna go nowhere else. He would either he wants to come back. He done said he wants to come back. I just don't see I just don't see Gronk going anywhere else, because he came back just to play with Tom Brady. So I think he'll come back in a lot cheaper contract. Shoot, everybody wants to come back. We just won the Super Bowl. Everyone wants to keep playing with Brady. It just sucks that we have bring AB back on a cheap minimum deal. You could pay Fournette a little bit because he's still young. He was only 25 years old or 26, something like that. Gronk, AB, maybe even Cameron Brate would take a pay cut, or they'll trade him. I'd hate to see that. I don't know about OJ Howard. Yeah, shoot, we got Devin White, Winfield for 3 and 4 more years. We don't have to pay them until till then. I just wonder, also Levante David, what are they gonna do with Levante David, or how much is he asking for? Because just imagine keeping the same defense and then our young secondary gets better. I think they'll be a lot better, with the full off season. Yeah, he's always been single too, I believe. I think I'm not sure if he's married or not. Shit, he parties like he's single. What? Huh? What? And it's almost 5. All right, guys, I gotta get off here. I have to leave at 5, so I have to get ready to go work. But I may come back on later on. It feels great. It still feels like it's a dream. Yeah, I just never really. Yeah, you know what? I did see her on the boat with them at the parade. But I'm gonna go for now. I'll talk to you guys later. I may get on later on when I get home. See you.